Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? I'm Sanal. Hope you guys are doing well. You're having an amazing day. Hope all is well with you. Let me fix my hair, honey. Hope all is well as with you, and you are just having a beautiful, wonderful, amazing day. And so, today we're going to be talking about a topic that's really close to my heart, really important to me. And so that is the subject of depression and dealing with depression, having good self-care, and really loving yourself and taking care of your emotional health. And so we all experience it. We all go through it. We've all had moments where we felt blue, or we felt down, or we felt like, oh, nothing's going to change, or we're not nothing's going to ever get better, and we're just uncertain or unsure. And so there are ways to work through that and get through that, to notice that within yourself first of all, and then to really take stock of your emotional feelings. How are you feeling? Are you feeling down? Are you feeling blue? Has it lasted for more than a day or two? And then, do you need to talk to somebody? Do you need to really bring in a professional to really help you work through your emotions and how you're feeling? Because we all have these things, and with COVID, the lockdown, not knowing, uncertainty, are kids going back to school yet? What's going to happen? What's the economy going on? And you have things going on in the administration every day, daily, daily, daily. It's a wear down. And so, yeah, we're going to hop on into it. Let's get into this article, because we all have depression, we all have anxiety, we all have stress. And so let's get into this article and let's talk about it and share. We're going to share some really great tips that can help you and can help me as well. So I'm going to share share the screen. I'm going to bring up this article so that you guys can see this wonderful article. I think for me, Michelle Obama is very brave to talk about it, because a lot of times we hide behind the stigma of what's going on, and we're afraid to share and about what we're feeling inside. And so it behooves us to be really brave and courageous and speak out and say, I need to talk with somebody. I need to bring in a counselor. I need to bring in family or friends, and need to, look at what's going on with myself, because it could be things that are going on around. It could be a medical issue like low iron. It could be a lot of different things. So, or another health issue. So yeah, it's important to talk about it. Now, so let's hop into the article. Michelle Obama says she's dealing with low-grade depression during the lockdown. Here's a beautiful picture of her. I'm going to leave this link to this article from NPR. In the description below. Michelle Obama said on her podcast that she's having trouble sleeping, has been feeling depressed. And so she's dealing with, she believes, some form of low-grade depression due to the coronavirus, racial strife in the U.S., and the Trump administration. Look, honey, all of this, because the man tweets so much, and he just doesn't know when to stop. And the laws are constantly changing on different things. It's they can't get the whole stimulus together, which they are working on, and hopefully they'll continue to work on. But there's hope for us. We stand together with Black Lives Matter. We stand together to wear our mask and to do what we need to do during the coronavirus lockdown. And so all we can do is really protect ourselves. And so Michelle Obama, President Barack Obama's wife, and the First Lady, she's still the First Lady to me, spoke with her friend Michelle Norris, who is a longtime host of NPR's All Things Considered. And so Obama First Lady Obama describes trouble sleeping, periods throughout the lockdown in which she has felt down. Spiritually, these are not fulfilling times, she says. I know that I'm dealing with some form of low-grade depression, Obama continued, not just because of the quarantine, but because of the racial strife. And just seeing this administration watching the hypocrisy of it all day in and day out is just dispiriting. She not only feels, that she's not the only one, or should I say, she's not the only one feeling depressed right now. More than 1 in 3 Americans have reported symptoms of anxiety or depression in a recent pulse survey by the U.S. Census Bureau. A year ago, that figure was only 1 in 10, which is still a lot, but it was, much lower just a year ago. Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama has said she hasn't been moving around as much during this time. She's not been knockout tired at the end of the day. And so she goes to bed later, and then she's waking up in the middle of the night because she's worried about something. And there's just this sense of heaviness. And I think we've all sort of had that feeling. No, I haven't been sleeping well. I haven't been moving or exercising like I need to do as well. And so I do understand that. And exercise keeps the adrenaline flowing. Exercise keeps the body moving. And so it makes you tired, and then you can sleep and get a good night's rest, because, a lack of sleep also causes a depression and anxiety and stress as well. More than 1 in 3 Americans reported symptoms of anxiety and depression in a recent pulse survey. I talked about that read that just a moment ago. And so our depression states, or states of depression, are rising. And so it's something that we need to really watch within ourselves and give ourselves patience, and be loving and kind to ourselves, to know, I'm feeling a little blue, I'm not feeling well. And we might feel that, nothing's going to change or get better, especially those, who are just graduating from college, or recent grads in the last 2 to 3 years, 3 to 4 years. You have plans, you have this 5-year plan. And so, and even for people my age, you have this plan. And so it's important to really look at um, your mental health, your emotional health, your emotional wealth, and take stock of it, and just see if there are things that you can do. And there are things that we all can do to alleviate the worry and the heaviness, because we can work through any situation or anything. So, how is First Lady Obama? How is she coping with her depression? In part, by being easier on herself. She says, I've gone through those emotional highs and lows that I think everybody feels, where you just don't feel yourself. And sometimes I've there have been a week or so that I had to just surrender to that I'm not feeling my best, and not be so hard on myself, and say, you know what, you're just not feeling that treadmill right now, and so, but she's working out now, and she's getting outside and sticking to a routine. And for them, that for the Obama household, that means a routine that involves dinner together, thousand piece puzzles, and endless games of cards. And so uh, Barack Obama has taught the girls spades, and now there's this vicious competition between he and the girls and the family, and it's just awesome. And so, to learn to play cards with their dad. So we all have, gone through things and gone through moments, and so sometimes. It means reaching out to get help outside of ourselves, and not lamenting. Say, for example, this is what the Obamas do. This is what they have been able to do within their family, but she's still having some depression. So we still can experience depression. And it's not to say that our families have to be perfect in some way, or where all of us don't play spades, or and that's exactly fine. She's sharing her journey and what she's going through, but we all have these moments and spaces. And if you don't have someone that you can play spades with, or cards with, or maybe you're going through some family transitions, or some different things that are going on with friends or families, or even a relationship, a spouse, or a significant other, a boyfriend, any girlfriend, whatever that might be, co-workers, then you may not have the perfect situation, but this offers the opportunity to see within yourself your emotional health, and see where there are triggers, or there are places where you need to have more self-care, more love, more peace for yourself, and to reach out for the help that you need. The To continue the article, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention agrees that the pandemic can lead and can indeed be stressful for many people. And it acknowledges that necessary public health actions such as social distancing can make people feel isolated and lonely and can increase stress and anxiety. I mean, wearing a mask and not being able to see the other person's smile or not being able to see the other person clearly. I mean, they say something, if they were smiling when they say it or what they were doing. So, or they're mumbling, but it sounds like it's mumbling through um, through the mask and having to stay 6 feet apart where usually able to talk to people, all of that can be stressful. And so some of the recommendations, there are things that we can do to manage stress in these difficult times. And so among those recommendations are to get accurate information on what to do if you think you're sick with COVID or if you have a family member that's sick. Take a break from the news. Oh, so important. Get out, get exercise, try to eat healthy meals, try to get enough sleep and avoid excessive alcohol or drug use. Try to get try to get enough sleep so you're rested and you're feeling well and you're feeling like yourself again. Get out and exercise, get that blood moving, get in the sun, step out into the sunlight, okay? And get some vitamin D pouring in your skin. Take vitamins. These are my recommendations now. Take vitamins. Okay, let's get back to the CDC and their recommendations. Connect with others and talk to people you trust about what you're feeling. Even if that means reaching out to a professional, a counselor, or someone who can sit down with you. Make time to do activities you enjoy and let yourself unwind. Lastly, they suggest learn where to get treatment or counseling, either in person or telehealth. Know who you can talk to, the hotlines and people that you can talk to. Someone, a counselor. There are counselors in every city, every area. And even if it's not in your city, counseling is worth the drive. We have such a stigma around counseling in the Black or African American community. And so counseling is just sitting down with someone who's had this training to help you get skills that you need. It's not the end of the world. And mean, who think, oh, they're great. No, you're not. You are human. If you need counseling, I've been to counseling. And so it is just like drinking water. If you need everyone, we all need someone to talk to. In fact, I just talked to someone yesterday, a counselor yesterday, so I could have a moment to really talk and to share. And they told me some good things that I needed to do to have better self-care, and to manage my own emotions and my own stress, which makes it better for myself, which makes it better for my spouse, makes it better for my family, and that's what is important. And it makes it better for me because it's about putting ourselves first. Self-care is first care, and we have to learn to do that. Now, if you need help, seek it out. There's a national helpline that offers 24/7 treatment. There's referral and information for individuals and families who are facing mental or substance abuse disorders. That number is 800-662-HELP. 800-662-HELP or 800-662-4357. 800-662-4357. Then the National Suicide Prevention Line is 800-273-TALK. 800-273-8255. And so that's also an important number to have as well. And so I'll leave these numbers below, and so that you can have those numbers, because self-care is extremely important, and managing our self-care is very extremely important. And so we really have to do that in this season. We have to do that, and we have to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves, putting ourselves first. Taking care, when you hear maybe voices in your head, it's not going to get better, or no one cares, or whatever you may be feeling, depressed, alone, secluded, excluded, whatever you may be feeling, or just lamenting over a situation that hasn't gone correctly or the way you thought it would go. We all have these, I want to go to Africa, I want to go today. But we all have these, with some of the travel bans, even though some of those things are opening. So we have to know that we have a future, we have a bright future, and we have amazing things that are happening in our lives, and that we have a purpose. And so, yeah, it's not time to give up now. It's not time to give up now. We have some amazing things that we each have to accomplish. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to run through one more small thing that, or, that I just think is important to share. And that is some of the symptoms of depression and anxiety. And so depression and anxiety, it is a common health issue, and tens of millions of people suffer from this in the United States alone each and every year. Anxiety and depression can have a profound impact on work, relationships, personal life. So it's important to receive the proper care and diagnosis that we need so we can get the information and know the right steps to manage our mental health. And so I've suffered from depression before. I've suffered from low grade depression myself after my mom passed away. And I've had some life experiences that I've had some depression moments. And so it's important that we know the signs. Okay. So I'm going to run through these signs quickly for you guys. Symptoms of anxiety and depression: excessive worrying, worrying a lot, constant worrying, is, and things that, you try to ignore them, but you just can't get through it. Those words can be intrusive and can affect or impact your thoughts and emotions. So watch if you're excessively worrying about something, or constant thoughts, or the same thought is just replaying in your mind over and over again. Feeling restless or on edge. Just anxiety, a symptom. It's a symptom. Restlessness and tension is a symptom of anxiety. Um, it could be from a loss of a job or natural disaster. And these are things we can diffuse. We can, work with people through and have better health through. I'm also going to leave this link below, but, we can work through that because we all suffer anxiety from. When I go into over bridges, when I go into elevators, closed rooms, when I go into certain situations, social situations, I experience this type of anxiety, and I feel restless or on edge. I need to move around a bit. So we just have to watch our own emotional health so that we can get the help that we need and find the tools, because there are tools that you can use to work through these things. Muscle tension is one. Feelings of worthlessness, excessive guilt about a situation, withdrawing from friends and family, feeling very alone, reckless behavior. Depression can lead on to, conflicts and physical conflicts, and you can get drawn into situations. And so sometimes you look at maybe um, so that a situation may be happening in your life, and all of a sudden you're into a conflict, or a behavior that's not necessarily your behavior, that or way you would normally act. And that can be because you're feeling anxious or anxiety about a situation. I know as parents we suffer, or often have anxiety around different things when our kids are moving away or they're doing different things, and this can really help have us act in ways that are just not ourselves, because we think we need to protect them and we love them. And so you have to, as parents, it's important to go and work through these things with someone and talk to someone. So fatigue is something that's also another symptom. Changes in sleep patterns, staying up all night, being restless. You're so tired, fatigue, you're tired, and that's lethargy, you constant tiredness, you just can barely do the bare minimum. It's hard to struggle to get out of bed in the morning. Chronic fatigue. And so it can also have other medical causes, and your autoimmune disease, disorders. For example, I have arthritis, and so it's an autoimmune disease, and so rheumatoid arthritis. So you can be suffering from a medical condition, thyroid, hormonal imbalances, for women who are still going through childbearing age and are still having menstrual cycles. You can have these things. And so you can have these feelings. And so it doesn't mean that you're suffering from a mental illness. It just means that you are feeling the blues or you're feeling tired. And the way to get through that is to get the help that you need. And even if you are, you know, if someone is, my mom suffered from schizophrenia, and I didn't understand how to deal with it at the time. And now I'm getting better learning now. And so we each have to take away that stigma because um, we have to love each other and we have to be there for each other. And the only way that we can do that is to let the stigmas go. Changes in sleep patterns, talked about, trouble sleeping. And so that'll make you tired already. Changes in appetites and mood, anger and irritability, physical pain, persistent sadness, being sad, having those thoughts come over and over, trouble concentrating. So these are just, and then suicidal ideation. One, you can reach out to the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-8255. But having one serious symptom of, even depression is suicidal ideation. It can take the form of persistent suicidal thoughts or even plans to commit suicide. So we don't want to have, we need you here on this earth. We need you here with us. And so if you're experiencing depression or anxiety, one of the things we don't get the help we need, and we just let those things linger on, and then they begin to get worse, and then they continue, and before it, you're in a situation where you can't, you think that you can't get out of it, but you can. There is help and there is hope. And that is really the important thing to know. There is help. There is hope. And that's really the important thing to know. Sometimes we feel like we can't get through things, or this is not going to change, or a situation is not going to ever be different, or people aren't going to be able to work through different things, or we feel like there's just a lot of sadness or just a weight on us, and we're hearing within ourselves thoughts that are negative, or so we have to check our emotions, check the negative thoughts within us, check our emotions, check what we're feeling, check how we are thinking and what we're feeling, how we're sleeping, how we're eating, and then bring in self-care. Self-care is your tool. It is the go-to tool. And then sitting down and talking with someone about how you're feeling, about how you are sleeping, how you're eating, talking to someone, to especially a third person who can be trusted, a third person, a professional who you can sit with and who can listen to you about what you are feeling, what you're experiencing, what you're thinking, is the best way to make sure and to ensure that you are taking care of your emotional health. Your emotional health is important. You matter. And so I used to do a lot of self-care on my channel because I did it for myself. It's important for me to do it myself. This is a crystal, so I have crystals. This is just a clear quartz crystal. So I have crystals that I use, have different things of energy. Like this is a diamond, and it just makes me feel really, really good. I think I moved my crystals. I would show them to you, but I moved my crystals, but I have them on a little string that I, can take with me. I've shared with you my prayer bead. It's important to meditate and pray, and to also, meditate and pray, and to talk about how we're feeling. Also, let's see, meditation is important. These are some of the rocks or stones that I have, like citrine, things that really help me work on my mood, really help me work on, how I'm feeling. Here's another quartz, a clear quartz. Um, more citrine, right? That calls in money, it calls in prosperity and wealth. So if you're worried about financial things, I just love rocks. So rocks, I have them all around my house. Pretty rocks, they really just make me feel good. Jewelry makes me feel good. Getting up and putting on my makeup makes me feel good. Also, having a journal. I'm looking at my journal, guys. Having a journal, something to write on. I like having a journal and something to write on with a fancy pen. Helps me to really share my thoughts. And having my journal, it's not something that I hide. I don't care if anyone sees it. I just want to share my thoughts and get those thoughts out of my head. And then I can even go back and look at my thoughts and look at what I'm feeling and what I read and sort of look at what I'm feeling and what I have been experiencing so that I know I'm looking at my journal. If I can go back and read. And so I know that if there's something that I need to change or something that I need to look at, or I need to go and seek help, I need to go and seek someone that I can just talk to and who can help me work through some of the emotions that I may be experiencing. Well, meditation really is the key, and I'm going to do more of the meditations and connection to ancestral sort of practices, lighting candles, y'all. Light candles, lighting candles, lighting candles. This candle that I have, oh, I wish I could smell it. It's just divine. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. This thing smells so good. And so having a salt lamp around, using oils, essential oils. I use essential oils all the time. I usually have some in here, but I think I took them out because I have a diffuser. And so these are just things that you can do: walking, exercising, taking care of your self-care, taking a long bath, taking a good shower, getting yourself out and active, standing in the sun, praying, meditating. These are just things that you can do to work on your self care and to notice if you're feeling blue, writing in a journal, just things that you can do to work on your self-care and to work on your emotional health. Well, I hope this has been helpful for you. I love you guys so much. Leave me a comment below if you have some tips on how to work on your self-care. If you have tips on how to work on your emotional health, please share that below. I would love to hear from you. And if you have struggled, I'm gonna, or if you've experienced any type of anxiety or depression, or you've experienced feeling blue, I'm going to leave this article below and along with the link to the Michelle Obama interview so you can go and hear it for yourself on her podcast. And go out and check it out, guys. Please comment, subscribe, leave a link below, and reach out to me. If you are feeling blue, reach out to me, and please consider leaving a comment below, and consider really reaching out to the professionals who can help you. If you write me, what I'll do is just write and get a list, maybe of a person, or list of therapist in your area that you could go and talk to. Psychology Today has a list. And so I'll try to find that link below. So, yeah, we're in this together. We're in this together. And I'm going to leave the link to the hotline, to the number, so you can get, the help you need to talk to somebody. We all need to talk to somebody. You boo, me girl, honey. That's why I'm on here talking to y'all. Y'all my therapy. We all need to talk to somebody from time to time. So there's no stigma around it. Honey, I want you here forever. So the main thing is for you to take care of yourself. All right. So we can take care of each other. All right. Well, I'm going to get off this line and going to go have some self-care. I am going to go sit and do a meditation and release and surrender and be grateful. And I want you to know that I love you and that it's important for us to take care of our self-care together. I love you guys so much, so much. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe.